Hello, this is your instructor Stephen Burns, and we're going to have a little bit more fun here using the same 3D object, but this time we're going to duplicate the layer and merge these things so we have multiple objects in the scene, but we're going to stagger them just a little bit. And let's Command or Control J. We're going to duplicate a couple of these. And I'm going to start with 2. Now Photoshop likes to work with 2 of these at a time. Now because if I select 2, go to my 3D menu, and we're going to see Merge 3D Layers as an option there. What happens if we select 3 of them all together? Go to the 3D menu, and you'll notice that the Merge 3D command no longer is apparent. That's because it seems to want to work with 2 layers only. I've been told that it's because it becomes memory intensive, but in time Adobe will improve that as well. Alright, I accidentally control clicked on the object, which gave me a outline selection of the object. So what I would like to do instead is control click right here on the layer to select both layers. Then when I go to 3D merge layers, we're going to sit back and relax and watch Photoshop merge the 2. There it is. Alright, we're going to do one more. Select these 2 together. Go to my 3D, merge 3D layers, sit back and relax, and it will now merge all 3 into one. Okay, so why are we only seeing one? Well, it's very simple. It's kind of rotated around here a little bit. They're all are right there on top of each other, so we need to move them. So we need to access our 3D panel. Window menu, 3D. Let's pull this on over, and I'm also going to pull my tools right over here to the side, and let's extend this out and take a look at our options here. Okay, so we can see several meshes. Now if I select the mesh, I can select any mesh that I choose, that I want to choose to manipulate. And in this case, I'm interested in actually splitting these apart a little bit so that I have some depth in between each of the objects. So right down over in here on the lower left hand side of your 3D mesh layer, I'm going to click and hold, and I'm going to select the Z depth tool. But first we want to make sure we have the correct object selected. In your 3D mesh, we have each one listed. Reference 1, and they're all listed accordingly all the way to 3. So what we'll do is, let's select the very last one here. Go to the geometry, and take notice that as I mouse over this, we have this yellow outline over my object. I define that through my preferences. If I hit Command or Control K and go to 3D, I can tell it to utilize the color yellow for my mesh color, white for selected material. In fact, let's go ahead and change this one to a red, and green for lights. That's going to do for now. I'm going to click OK. Alright, so with the third mesh selected, I'm going to use the depth tool, and as you can see, it's pulling apart there. So now if I go to my standard rotational tool, we can also access these right here on the 3D mesh. Rotate it around. It'll disappear a little bit to save memory, but when you release your mouse, it's there. Let's bring it around. There it is. Okay, let's go to that second object, and once again we want to go to the actual 3D tool here, pull it out a little bit. There's the second one, and let's kind of turn it around and see what we've gotten here. I'm going to double click this layer to minimize it so it's a little further away, It's going way in the background, but I think you get the idea here that we can merge several 3D layers into one. Next, we're going to play around with the concept of depth of field.